Hello there, citizens of Prime Nation of the Friendship Order. Welcome to the Frontiers. Today we're playing Hearts of Iron 4 in the Dark Buddhist Community Mod. This is a new mod that is coming out, well, as of the time of this video, it will be just that day. And I personally made this mod. So this is a disclaimer that I have made this, and, or at least I'm not gonna take all the credit, because this is stupid. I did a lot of the work on the mod, but yeah. So basically what I'm trying to avoid here is, I'm trying to avoid any issues caused by the fact that... you know what, let's just move on. So basically, I made the mod, or at least I was a part of the team that made the mod, so... This is just simply a disclaimer to avoid any issues. So what is this mod about? This is a mod about our a very good friend of mine called Dark Buddhist. He makes YouTube videos of much higher quality than me personally, and I'm going to link his channel in the description to this video down below. This is sort of a tribute to him and his community, and as such, this is more of a narrative thing, actually. It's like a narrative scenario of what if, what if a YouTuber and a bunch of his friends got somehow transported over in 1936, started doing some weird stuff to the world. Yeah, so this is just a fun mod. But even if you have no idea who the hell Dark Buddhist is, and just never seen any content of his, you should still be able to enjoy the mod without any problems at all. At least I don't think there will be any problems. So what we're going to do here first is we're going to go for this Order 69 focus. As you can see, we have quite an extensive focus tree here. Most of it uses icons from the base game and the DLC, but the focuses are entirely, we all made them. There's a lot of events in the mod, a lot of content. Definitely should check it out. We worked hard on delivering it all to you guys, and I think that this mod is actually it turned out to be quite good. I'm quite content with how it turned out, although, obviously, there should be still a lot of things that could be changed, like the icons. We would like to have all custom icons, for example, but that takes a lot of time, and it's not like we had a lot of people, a lot of volunteers. We had some volunteers that made our beautiful event pictures like this one. So every focus is going to have this sort of event image, right? It's going to have events associated with it. Basically, every focus will have some flavor. The events is how we tell the story of the mod. This is the first decree, is Order 69, to establish the Senate. It's the lawmaker body of the Order. So this focus is meant to establish... I'm not going to read out everything, because, quite frankly, there's so much text that I am going to just be constantly tripping over words. But I'm going to read some of the more important events. This one is... this focus is to determine our political system, because we have 4 branches here, as you can see. These are main story paths. So the focus tree is split into 2 main categories: the eco tree, which is just some focuses to help you with the economy, and the political tree, which is the main storyline, sort of narrative focuses, if you will. A lot of different options here, so each of these individual paths is its own different story. Democracy isn't done yet, because we want features that are coming in Man the Guns. As soon as Man the Guns drops, we're going to take those features and we're going to slap them in. I'm going to drop them like it's hot. Now, for this channel, I haven't actually played Hearts of Iron 4 for this channel, and I'm not exactly the best Hearts of Iron 4 player. I've played some of the game, but it's not like I understand the game entirely. It is mostly down to the fact that I get bored of it really quickly. That kind of stems from the fact that my computer doesn't really handle this game very well. As it gets to like past 1941, 1942, this is unplayable. Like, there's just too much going on, and it clocks down the speed too much, and I just can't play it anymore. A little bit of our starting situation. The friendship order in the mod is going to replace Czechoslovakia, with pretty much all the same starting stuff, except that we're starting with 4 research slots, which can easily expand to 5 or 6, and yeah, because there's gonna be some technology slots in here somewhere. Yeah, we have a research slot here. We have a research slot here. So some of these narrative focuses are also gonna give you research opportunities. Like this one, for example, or this one. Yeah, so a lot of these focuses do not have described effects. Instead, they have this little effect thing that will basically tell you what the effect is without telling it what it is exactly. Of course, when you... Oh, sorry. My apologies. Of course, when you do get the event... I think in the video I'm gonna edit this part sound-wise to make it a little bit less loud. And also, I believe that we are not really well balanced on this sound, this department, so I'm gonna make the game a little louder. Alright, that should do it. That wasn't even a little louder. That made it just like really a lot louder. For you guys. For me, it's still the same. Alright, so crowds gather. Maybe actually I'm gonna make it a little bit less enthusiastic though. It's like this. Alright. So here we can see that this focus is going to give you 4 of these dilemmas that are going to each push you towards one ideology or another. So in this one, I think I'm gonna get... I think I could go communist. I would like to go communist. I'm gonna get this path. Yep, the gods allowed the people into the Senate halls under the choir of cheering crowds. The Senate, shell-shocked and confused, immediately agreed to form the plebeian assembly, and has gained immediate influence among the people, especially the lower class. Only time can tell what will come of this. The Emperor was greatly displeased to learn of this. So we get some communist influence. You can track your progress kind of here, but if you go willy-nilly without really sticking to one path, you're most likely going to get just this branch, which is the non-aligned path, so to speak. However, this one is a bit of a loaded path, because it's not actually a non-aligned path. This is a friendship path, and friendship is one of the... It's a new ideology that we have in the mod. It is it is a special ideology with pretty unique gameplay mechanics, I think. Pretty much most of these paths are going to focus on different types of things. Usually, for the most part. Of course, you can't really avoid some repetition, considering that we are always starting in the same position. But some of these paths are going to have some very interesting things, so to speak. As you can see, for some reason we have a focus that's dealing with Paraguay, Central Lands, Andes. Like, why? Like, why do we have this kind of focus? I don't know. Why don't you play the path and find out? We also have different ways of dealing with the Sudetenland crisis. Alright, and I should probably put some factories on close air support, as well as fighters. Close air support and fighters is going to be our aircraft composition of choice. So we're going to go for aircraft and infantry. But for now we need a lot more infantry equipment, so I'm going to stick with that. Right. That's technology dispersed industry one. So, in here, if you go for dispersed industry for this one, you will technically unlock, like in the current version that I'm playing of the game, if you go down concentrated and you take a focus that unlocks dispersed, you're gonna have both paths unlocked. This is not going to be the case in the release version of the mod. So the mod is still in need of some fixes. There was a bug. It is still, for some reason, available. I don't understand why this is happening though. Oak tree is just empty. It might be to do with some other. Maybe it's to do with some of my other mods. But for this demonstration, this certainly fits well, as it's going to make the game run smoother. Time of celebration. The Emperor proclaimed the first ever blah 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 blah. Perhaps our plebs and tribune can one up. Alright. Lenin cake. They made a big Lenin cake. Hell yeah. So again, for the most part, we're probably going to deal with those kinds of issues. And then it's not really like that they're important. Like, it doesn't matter if Switzerland doesn't really have the focus tree. They're not really doing much anyway. Electronic and mechanical engineering. We can have some radio coming up, sure. On to compete, never retreat. I'm gonna give you to Sabaton for the time being. Okay. Alright, I just asked a question in the modding room. I apologize about that in the modding chat. Alright, so what are we gonna focus on? We're gonna become communist, and we're gonna go one of these paths. This is semi-random, so as we go down this path, we're not really gonna have too much control over which path we're gonna have to go down here. Unlike this, where you're gonna have an iron grip on which path you want, you'll get choices, and you'll pretty much know exactly which path you're going down. But this path also allows you to go. It doesn't lock you into fascist. It allows you to switch back into democracy or non-aligned. Yeah, so. I'm recording this approximately one day prior to release, and some of the fixes and changes are going to be coming into the live version of the mod that are not currently in this build. So I'd like to, oh, and also the fact that, you know, this is basically a mod which is going to have it has a lot of things in it, it has a lot of mechanics in it, and it has a lot of mechanics that can break. So if something breaks, I'd like you to not be very much surprised. Instead, you should probably let us know that something is broken, and we're going to fix it. We got some government things. I think I want to go for a silent horse. I want to go for a silent horse. That's normally what I go for. Yeah. National recognition of the order. We're gonna have potatoes, bread, and caviar. This is the communist option, of course. Just gave some caviar. Mao claimed he's never seen caviar before. Counter-200 representatives were unfortunately forgotten about and had to be content with the same food as the crowds. The Mod seemed to have made a lot of time to meet with the plebeian assembly members and the tribune, who probably just shared some opinions. Of course. They are definitely not plotting a violent overthrow of the government or anything like that. Well, why would they do that? That's silly. That's not what communists do. Alright. Got mass assault, good. And basic machine tools as well, good. I'm going mass assault doctrine, for no reason in particular. And we're gonna go with dispersed industry. Yeah, we're gonna go with dispersed industry. Alright. Yeah, we did a lot of testing for the mod, but we only have a few people in our team that actually do testing, so we did test a lot of these paths, and we did fix a lot of bugs that were just absolutely, utterly game-breaking, but hey. But hey. It is a fan mod, so there's bound to be plenty of bugs. Alright, so it's taking a sweet time. Yeah, this focus is a very, very long one. Can have a look at what other nations are doing. Germany's doing West Wall. Pretty sure that this is on historical. I didn't look. See how the French, no, sorry, not French, the Spanish Civil War going. I'd say that Franco has an advantage. Even though he has less divisions, he does have more manpower and factories. So I'd say that he's got a clear advantage. Both on war economy. So I guess maybe it's anyone's game at this point. Who cares? Who cares? Who knows? Charge and attack, they're through hell and back. The dead senator. So a senator has been killed. How do we go about this? We're gonna go about... the plebeian assembly will appoint investigators for this horrible murder. They blame... Let's see, I don't remember who they blame. The senator was assassinated. They hired the killer, so I think they're blaming the consuls in the Senate. They're blaming the consuls and the pressers of the Senate. The emperor was not blatantly blamed for this statement, however he was criticized for allowing this plot to go unnoticed. The assembly's popularity among the people is massively increased. Yep. We have a bunch of communist popularity. Which should lock us into the communist route. One of the three. Okay. Construction 1 is done. Let's go with improved machine tools. Bam 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 bam. Let's speed up the game a bit. Go to speed 5. We'll go as fast as we can. Again, terribly sorry for the noise that I caused earlier in the video. I'm just thinking about it and I'm like, hell, that's some terrible noise that I caused. That must have been really bad. Yeah, so now we're gonna wait for the event that's gonna properly lock us in. How much equipment are we missing still? 3,000. Wow, that's a lot. So while we're waiting, we can technically start doing this, but that's just a waste of political power since we know we're gonna be going commie. Yep. There'll be an Assembly Supremacy Act. Get Communist Dawn. Question of monarchy. Dark Buddhist, a monarch, still formally rules the country. This is against the communist ideas and the path we, the plebeian assembly, have taken. It needs to be dealt with. A smebly. Gotta fix that. Yeah, as you can see, Emperor Dark Buddhist still rules. That's not very good. He's an emperor. Unlike monarchs here. As you can see, we have a new flag now. This is one of the flags of the flag contest winners, which is all these generals. All these generals are flag contest winners. So I think that one is EV. This one. I think this one is from EV. So kudos to them, to all the flag winners. You made some beautiful, beautiful flags. Congratulations. I'm gonna keep, not gonna pick up anything just yet. Alright, so that was, I'm gonna go with mechanical computing next. These focuses are a lot faster, so they're gonna go a lot smoother. Except for this one is still 140. But yeah, these ones are going to be influenced by what happens in the lore, which we don't know just yet. But just in case, I'm going to stop exercising. Actually, I'm going to reset I'm going to reset deployment as well. Again, just in case. You never know what might happen. Except that I vaguely remember something about civil wars, but we'll see. I think we were meant to get an event of some kind. Huh, maybe it's getting a bit delayed. Who knows? Maybe I just clicked away from it. Again, who knows? I could accidentally have clicked it away. Control-Alt-Click to send a ping to allies. Oh. Question of monarchy. Oh, there we go. Glory to the people. Our transition of plebeian assembly into power was a success. However, he still formally leads the country. He has observed our actions carefully, weighing us. Some factions in the assembly call for his removal. His monarchy is opposed by Marxist teachings. But others wisely argue that the emperor holds a lot of influence over the people, still, as their beloved symbol of friendship. The arguments in the assembly continued until finally, the negotiators gained the upper hand. Negotiators launched a series of consultations with the Emperor, discussing the future of the Order with him personally. As they were eager to discuss teachings of Marx and Lenin, and continually attempted to show him why they chose them. Eventually, the Emperor seemed to accept and see reason. He leans the only way for him to ensure is to resign and distance himself from politics entirely. So, Dark just retired and became a hermit. In seclusion away from the capital, surrounded by his loyal friends and supporters. Sure. So now Ladi 4 leads the country, of course. And this path is only available if Dark stayed in power. There is a chance when you go to negotiate that Dark is going to stay in power and he's going to lead this new sort of ideology. But we didn't get that, so we're going to go with the delegation to Moscow. We need allies. Let us send a delegation to Stalin and ask to join commentary. He would refuse us currently, because we're not neighboring him. Alright, well, since there's not really going to be a civil war, I don't think anymore, at least, might as well start training those. We are almost out of our infantry equipment debt, which is great. In this tense, aggressive world, our nation needs allies. Fortunately for us, our Marxist teachings are somewhat spread. A very powerful Soviet Union will be likely willing to ally with us. The Plebeian Assembly formed a delegation and are ready to initiate negotiations with Moscow. Yes, indeed. Alright. Alright. I have no idea why these guys have empty focus trees. Oh, Republican Spain is holding strong, it seems. Even in this little pocket, they're still holding the pocket. Strange. Yeah, the difference is still the same. that they do have equal amounts of civil factories now. Not that that matters that much. In this situation, it matters more about who has more military factories. But it's interesting that the Republicans are still holding on. Alright, spirit industry done. Let's go for, might as well go for dispersed too. Warsaw City at War. 1944. Alright. Again, so we could go for this focus, for this path, get some things here, but we don't need to do that just yet. We might do that later. Use some bonuses for research or doctrine, military stuff. Gulag is magic. Alright, I believe we now just have to wait for the response. Although it seems that the Moscow has denied us, as far as I can tell. Let's go for some more stability. Lines denied. Unfortunately, despite our diplomats' best efforts, Stalin and his leadership decided that helping us is too dangerous, and put Soviet Union into a forward position not necessarily welcomed by other European powers. As such, the delegation returns home empty-handed. The Plebeian Assembly's leader Ladifor, in a speech held later that day, announced creation of the Union of Friendly Socialist Republics as a home and refuge to all those refused by their alleged comrades. Other countries paid little to no attention, however. We have been denied. Now we have our own faction. We were spurned by Stalin and his corrupt leadership, and our country is ruined. Let us rebuild and forge our own path. Yep, sadly we were rejected. But hey, whatever. Fine. Get to show this path off. That one's a pretty interesting path, actually. Yeah. It ends with some very interesting things, so to speak. Outcasts. Petty Marxism in one state is heard almost akin to a chant in the plebeian assembly, and people seem to be reflecting on this. The general opinion is that we must forge our own path and close our country to the outside world. This is the way. Indeed, this is the way. Right, we'll do some of these industry techs, and then we're going to switch over to some military stuff. Like infantry techs, probably. And let's have a look at this Legio, because I'm pretty sure we can probably change it. Let's have a look. I want to make this a combat with 20, so I'm gonna do something like probably just spam infantry into it. Let's see, can we afford? We can afford a recon company. Oh, we don't have engineers researched. Well, recon is gonna be good. Not gonna lie, I do like recon, but it's gonna take us a lot of manpower that we don't really have yet. So let's just leave it at that for now. We already need manpower to reinforce our new divisions. Yep, and that's out. We're out. We don't have any more manpower to bring into these divisions. So we'll need to, I guess ASAP, we should get off volunteer only. Focus takes a long time because it reflects how we are rebuilding on our own, and without anyone's help, it's going to take a longer time. It also takes into account that this could have led to a civil war. That's why this focus is called Rebuilding Alone. But it also applies to this situation where we didn't have a civil war. We're just building up, basically. We still got abandoned, so... Go with defense in depth. Go, and let's think about this. What do we want to go for? Which path? This one or the other one? Organization for infantry. More recruitable pop, reinforced rate, infantry combat width goes down. Guerrilla warfare gives us good things as well. Large front operations gives less supply consumption, which is great. Relentless assault is also great. Organization for tanks. Blitz tactic. Elastic defense. Uses max planning and reinforce rate. This also gives us infantry combat width. It also enables overwhelming fire. And gives us even less supply consumption. Breakthrough priority. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with this one. And switch over to tank production at some point. That would be good. Let's do with limited construction. Doing good on guns. I don't think we need that much more production on guns. Okay, computing machines as well. I think we're gonna get some more military factories going. I have 25 factories. Civies, I mean. Maybe at some point we'd like to go down this path and get some more factories. In fact, this would be more factories. This is going to be more factories. And this is also going to be more factories. But at the moment it's not. It's just concentrated industry or dispersed. So, our defensive industry effort was a success. New technological advancements and agitational propaganda among the workers ensures flexibility on our factories. We've stored a lot of spare parts in case of requiring repairs. So, we cannot basically not join factions, or generate war goals, or send volunteers, or do anything. But we get faster repair speed. We must take active measures to direct our people's gloomy mood into a more productive route. Indeed. So, yep, we cannot. Hindenburg incident, a close call. Okay. Accept our solitude. We are alone on our own, and we should accept it. The mood in general populace is rather depressive, and the plebeian assembly seems to be at a loss. Only time will tell how our society shall adapt. If it will adapt at all. We'll need more recruits. That's what we'll need. We'll need more recruits. Oh wait. Give me engineer companies. Yeah, I want engineer companies as soon as possible. We also got Ladi as our field marshal. Yeah, the logistics wizard and charismatic. So we'll put him in charge. Don't really have anything else, I believe. Yep. Bum 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 bum. Never drop a crate, Lamau. Fighting in someone's house and causing havoc in people's streets. I haven't seen these before. Okay. fighting in someone's house. And causing havoc in people's streets. Lamar. Pretty good. It's a pretty good description. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to go into more extensive conscription. And that's where we start training Legios. I'm going to train 4 of them. 4 by 6, so that's going to be 24 more. And for that, we'll just need more infantry equipment. Ah, okay, so, right. A few weeks have passed and the depression phase is past, giving room to acceptance and hate towards the foreigners. Anyone who lives in another country has abandoned us. They must hate us. They must be our enemies. Surely they plot to attack us in the future. The plebeian assembly decides to act preemptively, closing our borders as part of the National Defense Act. Effectively, starting today, our nation is in a permanent state of undeclared war. So we actually are on service by requirement, and also closed economy. Well, we could go back up, but for the purposes of roleplay, I'm not going to. Radio waves in the air are not easy to lock down, unlike land borders. We must develop new extensive encryption protocols and detection systems. And so we shall. Well, at least that's gonna get us a whole lot of manpower. 10%, yeah, we're gonna have so much manpower. Alright, so this is Chinese United Front as the war in China escalates. I'm gonna lay off engineering for now. I mean industry. I think I do need those infantry techs though. Gonna get some of that researched. I think we got one of our military factories. Yep. Let's get more military factories. I think we'll need a lot more. Actually, it would be nice to have a synthetic refinery or two. So let's get rid of some of these, and then we'll build synthetic refineries on top of them. Now we're just gonna get some light tanks out of the way. We actually have some oil. We had some oil. We're using it to make things. Alright. Cannot close air itself, and our enemies will certainly listen into our radio transmissions as well, polluted with their own waves. We will put in all of our efforts to create a code no one can ever crack. Enigma, please. Our code is much better than yours. I will also have to invest into some aircraft, I think. Una Victoria. Rise from the blood of your heroes. You are the ones who refuse to surrender. And we also had our base levels of war support and stability set to 85, which is great. Means that we're not gonna get off war economy or service by requirement, any stuff like that. People are ready for war. I think I'm gonna go with more tanks. And then we're gonna get into tank research as soon as possible. I think this path might actually not have any technology, like extra tech slots. Which is kind of funny. Some paths have more, some paths have less. Which is kind of cool, I suppose. Cast into fire. At least I don't think this path has any tech slots. I might be wrong though. Visible enemy. So we get Uber Enigma, which gives us radar station construction speed, encryption plus 200%, but decryption minus 200%. Our investment paid off tremendously. Our spies report that the foreign governments are confused and concerned, as they can no longer understand anything from our transmissions using the new code developed. We also developed an interesting system of radar that will allow us to not rely on spies anymore at all in a not-so-distant future. Alright. Go with this one. Everyone not with us is our enemy. That is our new ideology. We must undertake an extensive construction project to defend ourselves from any armed attack on us. Defensive systems and radars. However, we can't crack anyone else either. Good, fair enough. We need to build the wall. We also need to get more divisions on the field. That's a lot of manpower. We're still not even close to fielding all of it. And we're also got a lot of guns. That's really good. Hey, that's pretty good. How many we can recruit at the same time? Not enough. Let's recruit another set like that. And we're also going to get probably an infantry expert actually. Oh, we got some divisions. Good stuff. Alright, so this is going to be a second army. Let's see, I don't remember. Do we have any infantry generals, actually? No, it doesn't seem to be the case, actually. All these are panzer leaders. Let's get Zimmerson then. Zimmerson. Gonna give him a front line over here. And we'll tell this deployment that it's going to be assigned to him now. Yeah, we actually need a lot more guns. Alright, let's not worry about tanks so much. We're gonna worry about guns a lot more. And also we need to research that synthetic oil. I'd like to have some tanks. Don't get me wrong. I would like to have some tanks, you know what I mean? Oh, and also now that we have closed imports, we can actually just go ham on gun production, as we have a lot of steel now. I think I could do something like this actually. We don't need this many tanks, let's be honest. And we don't really have enough oil for it either, so this is probably fine. Every man a foe. The defense system is complete. A massive line of fortifications, trenches, pillboxes, bunkers, and a lot of underground tunnels, all interconnected and spanning the entire length of the country, is certain to defend us against any and all threats from the outsiders. Anti-air points are covering the country, connected to the system of fortifications, and allowing to effectively prevent any bombers from getting within reach. Radar stations are positioned around the nation, connected and linked to one massive computing device in Praha. There it is located in the High Command military bunker, allowing our officers to observe the actions of our neighbors and detecting troop movements. All of our citizens were involved in this construction project, and when it was finally finished, celebrations sparked all across the Union. They are right to celebrate, but we need to stay vigilant. So we have a lot of anti-air and radar stations everywhere, and land forts everywhere. Our entire border is now covered in bunkers, which is great. We can hold on. Hold our ground. And we can also see everything now, because we have radars. Defense in depth, yeah, we're gonna go with deep battle. Oh, sorry. I wanted to go for something else. I wanted to go for... what was it that I wanted to go for? I wanted to go for something specific. I was like, we need to get... Right. Synthetic oil experiments. I go with People's Army of Defense next. Our army doctrines are old and unsuited for the new reality of the situation. We must task our high command with generating a new doctrine and agitate more recruits. We're gonna have even more manpower, I think. This is quite insane, actually. It's getting a bit ridiculous here with the manpower, but I think we'll need a lot of it. Now, we got the engineers, good. Let's keep going with the doctrine. Support weapons 1, excellent. Let's get with support weapons 2. And I think we can add an engineer. Yeah, we'll need a lot more infantry equipment, but we do have enough support equipment to afford it, so I think it's fine. And we do get more factories coming, so I think we will be okay. We'll get 3 extra factories. Wait, what? Yeah, we'll get 3 more factories, so we can have like this, actually. Yeah, we'll be fine. A slight problem has revealed itself in that we are lacking the number of troops to man the borders of our nation. We're also not sufficiently prepared to defend. Still reliant on our old doctrines when the words offensive and assault were still present. In our new nation, our army has to defend, not attack. We must rectify this and agitate more people to join the army. Okay. Ah, right. If I recall correctly, we will get we'll get some defense modifiers, actually. We get 3 radio levels out of 0. Wow. We don't have any radio techs. Oh, I mean not radio, sorry, radar. Radar. These are not radios, these are radars. You can see everything! Yay! You can see that there's divisions in Berlin. I like this. I like seeing things. That's good. It's a lot better than not seeing things. Helps with aircraft detection as well. Doo-doo-doo. Yep. Oh, we can get another thing done. Let's get another thing done. I don't think we need anything else up here. Except maybe for a financial expert to reduce our consumer goods. Yeah, we only have 5% now. Great. Let's gonna close this. Okay. Anschluss of Austria. Oh. Aegis of Unity. After weeks of extensive planning, our military staff has come up with new doctrines. Where defense is prioritized over offense, both defense of our borders and defense of our ideology. Commissars are to be established in each battalion, ensuring loyalty and providing a morale boost to defending soldiers. Offensive tactics were deemed unnecessary and redundant. We also managed to get more people to sign up for the army. The 3 recruitable pop. Oh, we get Grand Battle Plan Doctrine Research bonus. Okay then. Effective change, attack minus 30%, defense plus 30%. I don't think we're gonna go for Grand Battle Plan. But it's nice to have the option. I mean, it does give us entrenchment, max planning, prepared defense is good too. But then it's like assault or like infiltration. It's not what we do. Not what we do here. These are some good texts though. These are some good doctrines. Especially early on. I think early on that one is a lot better than it is later on. Let's maybe not have these overlap. Launch a diplomatic protest. We're gonna be very angry. Get some more planes, but I don't think we're gonna field them just yet. We don't need to. Free civilian factories. Oh, right. Already good infrastructure. We don't really have very many slots left to build things in them. We have... Oh wait, we can still build up some anti-air. We should do that. I want anti-air everywhere. Industrial might. As other countries denounced us and severed our trade, we must find a way to sustain ourselves without them. This will be a two-stage plan. First, we must develop our industry and methods. We will ask our people once more to work hard and create factories which will be used to make weapons and equipment for our defense. Takes a long time to train these troops, doesn't it? I think we'll need more. We'll need more troops. More men. More soldiers for us. Oh yeah, we got the new army here. Let's make it... put it on this border. We'll give them to Dobie. Sure, why not? Ba-da-da. Computing machine is done. Okay. Let's do encryption. We don't need decryption. We just need encryption. As long as we have the encryption, we'll be just fine. So basically, with the Uber Enigma, this +1 encryption is actually +3, which is huge. It's huge. It's huge. Holy alphabetical ciphers. Cyclic permutations. Or maybe should have done something like improved computing machine and then encryption cyclic permutations and then polyalphabetical ciphers. Because we had bonuses to this. Yeah, well, that's fine. What's going on here? Synthetic rubber. Okay, fine, sure, whatever. Forgot to assign this. Pim 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 pim. So long as we're just gonna hold our ground, we should be fine in our forts. Factories of the people. A little miracle was achieved by our people, as we have constructed great factories and roads to them. Our brilliant engineers have crafted wondrous new manufacturing and excavation technology, which ties in perfectly with our next step of the plan. Oh. Research bonus for synthetic resources. That would have been useful. Great industrial push. Plus 20% construction speed. Good. We also get a lot of factories. Like a ton of factories. Hell yeah. That's so many factories. We're gonna fill them up with infantry production. Guns. I think we're also gonna get more close air support and fighters. Riches of our soil. Czechoslovakia is already fairly rich in resources, not as much as our other European neighbors. However, our prospectors for a long time suggested that the planetary crust beneath our feet is even richer in resources. We simply lack the technology to drill deep, until now. Massive, monstrous drills are now in our possession, and we are ready to take the treasures of Mother Earth. Yes! Drill deeper! Alright, let's maybe change these. This is close air support and fighters. Let's put these as let's split this wing in two. Like this. And then we'll make this not 100 as well. Alright, good. Polyalphabetical ciphers. Alright, good. Good. Let's get the improved computing machine. Machine. Improved computing machine. Okay, we get support weapons. Let's get improved infantry equipment. Infantry. Alright, here. Let's get Dobie. Sure, that should be fine. That should be fine, yeah. I think we'll play this for a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna make a cut. Make a cut. This is plenty show off for a first episode, I think. At the beginning, we're not really going to be worried about getting attacked from anywhere in that direction. We should just be worried from attacks from Germany. And probably Hungary as well. They are probably going to be buddies with Germans at some point in the future. But they will all attack us in the end. The big boy national focus, actually. Alright. Yeah. So, what is the culmination of the focus? Is these two focus trees. These two focuses dream of unity, protected by our almost magical new weapons. Our people are fervent and happy. We can form an elite corps or soldiers, elements of harmony, to secure our warriors' integrity. Full corps of elite infantry divisions may not end well. And that will trigger the end game, basically. We'll play through the end game next episode, probably. Telling you what, we're gonna have plenty of manpower, though. We're just halfway there. We already have this many. Well, all we're lacking in is guns, but we're gonna have plenty guns, I think. When these ramp up production efficiency, we're gonna have plenty guns. Already almost fulfilling all our needs, which is good. Rusty resources. For months we were digging and drilling, creating an unmatched mines network the world has never seen before. Underground, deep below, we discovered rich deposits of steel, tungsten, chromium, ready to be delivered to our factories and fuel our war machine. However, an unexpected discovery occurred. The suspicions arose when our miners started falling ill after working in Shaft 65B. A team of prospectors in protective gear was sent out, and they returned with a report. We have stumbled on a vein of uranium. This element has been barely studied, and other governments found it for the most part rather useless, but some of our researchers claim to have a radical application in mind. If it can help us defend, we must use it. We discovered uranium. Element of harmony. This one is a long focus, 210 days. But yeah, now we have plenty of resources. Yep. Boom. We have a lot of resources. So if we wanted to, we could redirect our efforts. Wait, did we get synthetic rubber yet? Synthetic techs? Oh, 70 days. Alright, so Germany's going to demand settlement. Hungary is still not in a faction. I think that we'll need to pump out more divisions. They're gonna be poorly trained, but we just need more. We just need more out as soon as possible. Oh, it's getting spicy, isn't it? It's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. We are at maximum stability. Now we have access to uranium, or as the media have come to call it, the element of harmony. Can allow researchers to properly study its effects. This is going to take a long time, however. We have a lot of time. Alright, the construction going. We're building up some anti-air. Good. Very good. A big guns deficit now, but it's going to be rectified fairly soon, I think. All right, let's maybe clear out these. And as much as I distrust the field marshal front lines, I'm going to use them. All right. 4 out of 4. Here we have 3 out of 4. I'm gonna let this build up because we do need more equipment. I'm gonna actually give one more factory over to support equipment there. Okay, so with this, we could have extra infantry attack. I think we just need more defense. We have a lot of defense, though. We have plus 30% defense from this. We're gonna have another 10% defense from this. We have infantry division defense here. We should be good. With the amount of forts we have as well. Wait, why is this not protected? What? Why is this one not protected? Hello? What? Isn't this adjacent? Okay. I think actually I'd rather just fill them in. Surely they're not gonna have a lot of equipment, but I do need them in the field right now. I have field deep operations, sure. Bam, 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 ba, bam. The Munich Diktat. We stand and fight. We don't need anybody. Alright. We'll never surrender. They are going to fight us. And this is where we're going to make a cut here. I'm going to get back to you in the next episode. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'll see you again next time, and as always, have a good day.